Good day. I was going to say good morning, but you could be watching this at any time. So happy day, beautiful people. Today, I wanted to do a short little practice on opening the thoracic spine. So the upper back has less mobility than the lower back. The lower back has lots of mobility. And so today I want to stabilize the lower back and bring more space into the upper back. So we can call this opening your heart. And my theory around this is the thoracic spine has less mobility because it is protecting the energy of the heart. We've all been hurt, we've all experienced heartache, and every time that happens, that upper back gets less mobile. And so today I want to open the upper back, which means opening the front of the body, and that will help in your breath, more lung capacity. So let's do this together. I have a blanket that I have rolled up. So you need something to start just like this. And I've rolled it pretty tight. If it's too big, it's actually not going to feel great. So make sure that it's comfortable for you. And you're going to place it right at the upper back, like the shoulder blades are supported. You don't need a lot more right here. And for those of you that are super tight at the front of the body, you're going to really feel this. And if it's too intense, then make the roll of the blanket a little less. So your butt is down, your knees can be bent. I like to have my knees touching so my feet wider than my knees. And then bend your elbows. Take a couple of nice long inhalations and nice long exhalations. Just arriving in your space. And as you inhale, let the belly expand, let the sides of the waist expand all the way to the top of the collarbones. And then as you exhale, do it as if you were emptying the container. Inhale, belly expands, sides of the waist expand all the way to the top of the collarbones. And then exhale, emptying from the top down. 2 more times. Big breath in. Do it for the count of 6. And exhale for the count of 6. Inhale for the count of 6. And exhale for the count of 6. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bend your elbows down. So start to add a little bit of movement. Elbows, reach the fingers. And exhale, bend the elbows. 2 more just like that. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Beautiful. Release. Slowly roll off of your blanket. Move your blanket away. And come on up to your hands and your knees. Have your hands slightly ahead of your shoulders. And I give that instruction because a lot of times the instruction will be to have your hands under your shoulders, but then the wrist crease is at 90 degrees. And for some people, that's a little harder. There's too much weight on the palms of their hands. So if you bring your hands forward, the wrist creases aren't bent at 90 degrees, but have your knees underneath your hips. And then let's take a couple of cat-cows. So inhaling to look up. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone, really broaden the back body. Inhaling to look up. And exhaling. Take a couple more in your own time, inhaling to open and exhaling to draw in. And really, when you draw in, broaden the back body. So the shoulder blades actually come off the back. Beautiful. And the next exhalation, walk the hands even more forward and then sit your hips back. Notice how the undersides of my arms stay lifted. So this isn't like, let's relax into child's pose. Now you're going to inhale to come forward. Get your shoulders over your wrists so there is weight. Exhale to lower down. Keep the tops of your feet activated. Inhale and lift the heart. Exhale, child's pose. Try and keep your hands exactly where they are. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale back. 2 more times just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time, toes tuck under, downward facing dog. Now, if there's anything that I'm doing that feels, oh, this is too hard, take the version before. So you would be in child's pose. 3 breaths here. From the back of your heart, I want you to think about rooting into your hands, almost like you were trying to stretch the front of your mat out. And from the back of your heart, lift way up through the hips. You can keep your knees nice and soft. Draw the belly in towards the spine and lengthen your heels without sinking in the upper back. One more breath here. And then if you are in child's pose, you're going to come forward into tabletop and step your right foot forward between your hands. Come down on your back knee and then inhale, right arm up and twist. Bring the right hand behind your head. Push your head into your hand into your head, and draw the armpit back so that you start to wrap the left side under more with the intention of opening the front of the right side. One more breath here. Scissor the legs together as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot out to the right and drop the hips. Yes. Now, if you can make it down to your forearms, go ahead and do that. You can also keep your hands right where they are. One more breath. Beautiful. If you're on your forearms, inhale and come up, and then stretch back, either child's pose or downward dog. One full breath here. Remember not to sink in the armpits. I know a lot of times people will sink in the armpits thinking they're getting a deeper stretch, but I'm actually looking for more stability. And then left foot comes forward, come down on your back knee, lean into the right hand and open up. I like to keep my back toes curled under. There's lots of debate about this. With my back toes curled under, I'm doing 2 things. One is I'm containing the energy in my body, so skin to muscle, muscle to bone. And 2, I'm protecting the knee. Without my toes curled under, I might get a deeper stretch in my hip flexor, but I don't feel as safe in my body. And I also know that the body is not going to release if it doesn't feel safe. Lift the arm up and then bring the hand behind the head again. Take the armpit back, open up. Now this time you're twisting from the right side of the back body to open the left side even more. Keep scissoring the legs together. Stay nice and contained. And then both hands to the inside. Drop the hips. You can take your left toes out just a little bit because your knee is coming out a little bit and you want your knee to track the middle of the toes. Come down on your forearms if that's available, or stay right where you are. I never want you to compromise the breath for sure. And if it makes it feel more uncomfortable, why would you do it? So stay right here for a moment. One more breath. Beautiful. If you're on your forearms, come up, point your left toes forward, lift the back knee up, and step forward. Bend your knees enough so your fingers touch the mat. And for me, again, it's the greatest way for the body to release. Inhale and rise, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your side. Inhale. Exhale, full, touch the earth. Inhale, slide your hands up, flat back, look forward. Exhale, right foot back. Now you can have your back knee down with your toes tucked, or you can move a little bit deeper and have your knee up. Scissor the legs to come up, whether you're on your knee or not. Bring your hands behind your head, bring your elbows in, armpits back. Lengthen the tailbone, start to broaden through the collarbones. Yeah, open up the front of the body. Let the shoulder blades support the back body, and then reach the arms up. The shoulder blades are actually supporting the heart, and so imagine the tips of the shoulder blades lifting a little bit higher. And then exhale, touch the earth. Inhale, step forward, look up. Exhale, left leg back. Back knee up or down, your choice. Reach the arms up. Interlace the hands behind the back. Bring the elbows in, armpits back. Open up the collarbones. Imagine the collarbones expanding. So this is disintegration. My shoulder blades are forward. This is integration. The head of the arm bone goes back. So I want you to keep that. And then reach the arms up. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Touch the earth. Step back into plank. Top of your push-up position, knees up or down. Your choice. Exhale, lower down. Point the toes now. Ground the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. Reach the right arm up and come through the keyhole. Come down onto your shoulder and your head. And then walk your left hand out a little bit, bend the elbow, and start to twist a little bit deeper into the upper back. The right palm is open. One more breath. Inhale, come on up. Beautiful. Left side, arm up. Exhale to come through. If you're super tight in the upper back, this is going to feel really uncomfortable. You're probably on the side of your head and thinking, I don't feel anything. It takes time. Bend the elbow. Think about taking the right armpit back so the left side wraps under. The shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade reaches towards the right. One more breath. And then slowly come back. Take a couple of cat cows. Inhaling to open up and exhaling to round. Oh. Linger as long as you need to. Curl the toes under and stretch back. Step your right foot forward. Left foot this time comes into a heel to arch stance. Windmill the arms. So we're going to do a couple of standing poses, but we're going to do them with different arm variations to continue to open the front of the body and to continue to open the thoracic spine. Bend the front knee. Make sure your front heel lines up with the middle of your back foot. You can rest your elbow onto your thigh. You don't need to go deeper at this point. Bring your hand again behind your head. Push your hand into the back of your head and open up the elbow. And as you do that, think about lengthening your tailbone through the back leg as you're scissoring the legs together, because we want to create the container first. So the legs hug in. That's the second principle of drawing in from the periphery. Even your hand on your head, draw in from the elbow more. And in that container, you've created a bigger boundary so you can expand into it even more. And it works just in that kind of pulsation. We hug in and then we expand out. The body feels safe, it will release. And we move in this beautiful symbiotic way. And you can keep your hand behind your head or reach the arm over your ear. Tailbone down though, and there's more weight in the back leg. This elbow is just kind of resting there. It's not there to support me in any way. You can have your hand down, maybe even touch the inside of the foot. And then inhale, come on up. Bring your backhand down, open the palm and reverse. Can you cup your head again so that you're initiating the armpit back and the shoulder blade resting on the back body? And then inhale up. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Bring your toes in so you're facing the side of your mat. And let's take the other direction. Nothing fancy. Heel to arch stance. Bend into the front knee, elbow to thigh. If you notice your front knee is going past your toes, walk your back foot back a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, but in this particular pose, keep your knee tracking the middle of the ankle between the second and third toe. Bring your hand behind your head, push your head into your hand, open up the elbow, reach. If it feels better here, if your shoulder is super tight and you're getting more opening with your hand behind your head, then stay there. The weight is in the back leg, so not all the energy is moving forward. Weight in the back leg, this arm can reach down. I like it to the inside because it's allowing me to make connection to the inner knee. If it feels like too much, bring it back. Inhale, come on up. Backhand down, reverse. Cup the back of your head again and reach up through the elbow. And then slowly release, touch down, unplug the back foot, and step forward. Bend your knees, let your belly rest onto your thighs, interlace the hands, reach the arms. Oh, yeah. Release the hands, touch down, have a seat. Lower yourself all the way down. I'm doing these short videos because I really want people to feel like it's accessible. You don't need a lot of time to open the body. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, draw in, come through the little keyhole, interlace your hands behind your leg. If that's too hard, grab something and use it behind your leg. If you have a yoga belt, go for it. I'm demonstrating with a dog's leash, just so you know. You don't need a lot of things. No excuses. This is like no excuses practice today. And then extend the left leg up as you reach up through the heel. Think about moving the inner right knee away from you. And then release. Bring your left foot down. Drop your knees to the right. If this is too much to have your foot on top of your knee, just take it down. Reach the left arm up. Really lengthen the tailbone and stretch the whole left side of the body. Beautiful. Take a couple of breaths here. The breath still rests deep into the belly. And then inhale, come back. Cross the left over the right. Come through the little keyhole. Keep thinking about moving the inner left knee away. Extend the leg up. Reach up through the heel. Breathe. And then slowly release. Keep your ankle crossed over. Drop your knees to the left. Uncross if it's too much. And extend the right arm up. Lengthen. And then slowly come up. Beautiful. Walk your feet back. Reach for your heels. And then bend your elbows by your side. Palms are facing each other, fingertips up towards the sky. Push your elbows into the earth and isometrically pull your heels back towards your sit bones so your hamstrings are fired up. Isometric means doing without the action. And then very slowly, you're going to lengthen your tailbone, which is going to imprint the low back into the earth and peel your spine away. Shimmy the shoulder blades in towards the middle, and you can definitely just have your hands by your side, or you can reach underneath if that's available. Now, I want you to think about pushing the back of your head in towards the mat so your chin is lifted and your heart is moving towards your chin. So you're not dropping your chin. You notice how my voice changes. We want to keep the space of the throat open, and you also want to make sure that there's curve in the neck, that your neck isn't pushing into the mat. We're moving from the heart center. Remember that. One more breath right here. And then release your hands and lower all the way back down. Walk your feet out a little bit and windshield wiper the knees. I like to windshield wiper the knees right after a back bend because it neutralizes the spine versus quickly drawing them back in. Neutralize before we draw back in. And now draw the knees in and you can roll a little bit. Extend the legs up towards the sky and rotate the ankles. And then the other direction. And then release. Walk the feet out. Roll yourself up. Grab your blanket again and lay over it. Cactus arms, so bend the elbows out to the side. Legs can be straight. Feet can be as wide as your mat, knees in. Back to where we started and notice how this feels. So, this could be a warm up to a longer practice of heart opening back bends. This could be a quick little sequence for you to play around with when time is short for you. It's a great way to stay accountable in your practice and a great way to connect your heart. And so let the arms be an extension of your heart and let your elbows be heavy. And go back to the count of 6. So inhaling for 6, starting in the belly all the way to the collarbones, and exhaling for 6. Stay here as long as appropriate for you. Notice how you feel compared to when we first started. Take a moment to think about, what are you opening your heart to today? And I will see you soon. Namaste. Da, 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 da.